To my fellow creatives, put it out there. I don't care if it's complete. Please put it off your plate so that you can create more in your life. My name's Tarab. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day. I am an artist, an entrepreneur, a speaker, and a philanthropist, on top of many other things. What I've realized from Rich Dad, Poor Dad is that specialty, the very thing that most of society tells us leads to success, is actually part of the reason why so many of us fail. To rely on one singular strength in life is pitiful, because when we lose that strength, we have lost everything. Creating artwork for me has been a norm for the last 10 years plus of my life. Actually, probably for the last 27 years of my life, as I started off doing sketches of Dragon Ball Z characters and then proceeding to get prints and put them up against the window and sketch battles between foes that perhaps have never fought or never existed. I moved into painting, abstractions, because of my aunt. Apparently I come from a fairly artistic family. And ever since then, I've started creating music as well. Now, because of the variety of different things that I do, I am under no illusion that I'm going to create the next hit song, the next Van Gogh painting, the next revolutionary feeling in the space of art. But I'm also under no illusion that my art does not matter. Stated another way, I know that everything I do matters to me. And as long as it matters to me, that feeling will be projected into the life around me. Not enforced onto the people around me in an egotistical way, but it will make the very fabric of who I am. It will be felt in hopefully this video and the way that I interact with people in my life. And that is why I say that if you're making artwork, put it out there. That if you're unsure, move forward. The worst that can happen is that you fail. There was an experiment held in a university classroom, in a pottery class, where one half of the students were given the priority of creating one pot over the course of the semester that is their magnum opus, their incredible, magnificent piece of art. The other half of the class was given the objective of creating as many pots as possible. As it turns out, the latter half of the class made pots that were significantly better than the ones that were told to make one the entire semester, and they made more of them. What that tells me is quite simple. That despite failing, despite putting out perhaps mediocre, subpar work, that by virtue of doing it again and again and putting out there and getting that satisfaction of being offloaded from a piece of art or a piece of work, to then open a door for tens of other works, it makes life so much more satisfying. And I believe a lot of artists, incredible artists, are waiting for that perfect piece to come along, that perfect rhyme, that perfect melody, that perfect inspiration. And my friend, this world has an infinite amount of imperfections. Put together, it is perfect. It is what we know. So, my new album has actually come out at this point. It's called Parable. It's the story of not worrying. Not worrying so much that our philosophies aren't useful for us. Not worrying so much that our goals are ludicrous or flamboyant or unlikely. Not worrying how others feel about us. To really just pursue what our intuition tells us is the right way to move. And I use artwork as an exercise in this, consistently. I mean, I've made over 200 paintings so far, in which I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I mean, it's abstract paintings. Go check out tarabify.com and tell me that those paintings were done on purpose. And I'll show you a mouse with wings. Now, the reason, furthermore, that I'm trying to deliver this message is because one of my best friends, who's an incredible artist, is a perfectionist. But really, perfectionists, what I've come to realize, are massive procrastinators. In the sense that if you set a goal that is to be accomplished in 5 years, then you will wait until year 4 in order to accomplish that goal. That tells me, and hopefully you, that the time frame that we set for ourselves has nothing to do necessarily with the end product. The will and the execution have everything to do with the end product. What does that require? Smaller time frames and more crisp execution. So, as an artist, as a part of my soul is an artist. In fact, everything I do is essentially creative in nature. I aspire to consistently have an output of the things that I create, because I believe that perhaps they might touch someone, their soul, in some useful way, and at the very least, it makes me feel like I'm moving forward. And in creativity, it is very hard to get that feeling. In fact, creativity and playing sports and getting better at anything in particular have a lot in common. The end goal is often something we cannot see. We have an understanding, a feeling about it. But the actual tangible goal, the tangible accomplishment of that goal, that we can never see until we've accomplished it. And so, as an artist, as a creative, if you are one in some capacity, I'm sure everyone actually requires a bit of creativity in order to live a satisfying life. I say to you, continue to create and continue to put it out there. Whether it be for free or to hire someone to do it, does not matter. And do not do it. Do not do it with the sense of recognition. Do not do it for external factors. Do it for the person that you become through the creation and the putting out of this artwork. Do it for the soul that you will have in the progression of this infinite goal of life. I believe the most free people in life are the ones that truly know themselves and are incredibly disciplined. So if you know that there is something in you that requires you to bake bread, if you know there's something in you that requires you to make a painting or a song, spend the time to do it, because no one else can live your life for you. Spend the time to rehearse and practice, because no one else can do that for you. In fact, most will look at your pursuit and not understand it. And that's their issue. That's their problem. Do not let that become yours. The biggest problem that a creative should have is too many ideas. That should be the biggest problem. And if you have too many ideas and they're not being done, I know you feel resentment towards yourself. So break out of it. I hope you step away from this video in 1 minute, you put down the screen, and you go and create. For the sake of your soul and how it will impact the world around you. And for the beautiful opportunities that will be created from the garden that unfolds. Listen, if you enjoy these types of videos, if you enjoy artwork and music, go to Tarabify.com, www.tarabify.com, and let me know what you think about the artwork that me and my good friend Matthew Kelly have created. Much, much more to come. Actualize your potential catalyst. I hope this world shows you that it does indeed need you. Take care of yourself. Oh, smash that like button. subscribe, comment, subscribe especially. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Anyway, take care of yourself. Ciao.